Hello, friends. Welcome to Nirmal Bang. I'm Piyush Jain, and today we are going to bring you a conversation around a new company which is going to bring out its IPO very soon, going to get listed on the bourses. It is coming from a sector which has really done well for the investors in the market. We are talking about electric wires, cable sector, and we have seen some real winners in the last 24 months from this sector. And perhaps this could be another interesting company where you would be interested to understand and learn more about the company. The name of the company is Plaza Wires Limited, and joining us today on the show is the management, Mr. Sanjay Gupta, the CMD of the company, and Mr. Ajay Batla, the Chief Financial Officer of the company. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Sanjay ji, let's start the conversation with you. Help us understand the journey of the company to get listed. It many times it's indeed a tough journey to grab market share, to grab size. The journey sometimes is very long, and also it is also capital intensive journey. So help us understand from where it started and how it has been both in terms of geographical expansion and also in terms of how it has been for you till now.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sanjay Gupta, the CMD of the company. I'll speak a little bit about my journey. I started my journey in 1986 as a trader of all kind of FMEG products, electrical wires and cables of those days few established brands. And then we spanned in whole North India selling to dealers, distributors, those wires and cables. So later it came to our mind, my mind, that why don't we start our own brand? Because there was a gap between organized sector and unorganized sector. So then we thought, if we come up with the quality product, we can definitely place ourselves, since we have vast network all over North India, East India. If you see Guwahati, in Assam, in see Calcutta, and if we see in the west of India, we had a branch office in Mumbai. And slowly we thought of this, and we started finding good people to join the company who could support us for the production, sales. So we started this plant. We started searching for a plant or a factory land where we can put up the plant and start with a good quality product. So since we were in Northwest, so those days there was tax holiday, excise holiday in Himachal. So we thought it's very close to Delhi. Why don't we set up our plant in Himachal? The land prices were well. So we took up some land there and started our production in 2006. This is the way we started. I started from trading to manufacturing my journey. And right now, if I be in short, we are placed all over North India and North all states. We have major states. We have our own branch offices. And in 2016, we thought, why don't we now spread towards South? So we took up our branch office and a sales team from a good company in Cochin, Kerala. And we placed our stocks there, and we started having our marketing and sales starting in Kerala, and then starting in some parts of the North Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. This is the way we expanded in the South as well. Now what we are looking that, since the demand is growing and the economy is opening up, and made in India concept is picking up very fast. So now we want to get into all kind of LT power cables, fire survival cables, and various other kind of cables through our new plant, the expansion plan what we have in Himachal. So for that we already acquired the land, and now we are shortly coming up with an IPO, as you all know, and to expand after that. Thank you.
Right, and IPO is slated to open on September 29. It's going to close on October 4. This looks like an entirely fresh issue of almost 1.3 crore shares. Ajay, help us understand what is sort of fund usage going to look like?
Yeah, we are going to establish a new plan adjoining to our existing plan, and we have already acquired land and building for that. And we need to construct building extension and improvement, and on the plant and machinery side and working capital and GCP part. For that, we have planned this IPO. Yeah.
Okay, and this entire amount is going to go into the plant construction?
Yeah, plant construction and working capital and GCP.
How much into the working capital?
Working capital is around
24 crore.
22. Sorry, 24 crore.
22
Okay.
crores, sorry, to be very precise, 22 to 24 crores.
Okay, 22 crores. So roughly around 49 CR for the hard asset creation.
Yeah, roughly 24-25 crores is for the plant and machinery, and balance is for the construction and electrical work, which will happen in the new plant. And as I told earlier, 22 crores is for the working capital.
Right, sir. And usually, sir, what is the asset turnover in your business?
What is the
The asset turnover, like
Asset turnover is around 7.9.
around 7 times.
Yeah,
7
Oh,
point?
that that's
7.9. 7.9 as
yeah,
of
that's pretty good. Even if it was 7, it was very good. 7.9 is even better. Uh,
yeah.
so that implies it's not a forecast, right? It's not like something which, but suppose if our viewers are thinking that the current asset turnover is 7 times, and if investment is being made 40, 50 CR,
Sorry,
then
not correct.
usually it implies, pardon?
It's a fixed asset. I think you asked me, na?
Yes, fixed asset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 7.9. Yeah.
Yeah. So primarily then this new plant can sort of pick up a similar turnover, something like on a full capacity utilization, something like 300 CR.
Yeah.
Definitely. We have the installed capacity for the new plant is roughly 7 lakh coils per annum, and
Okay.
roughly 6 to 7,000 kilometers of cable, power cables, LTA, XLP cables. That's the installed capacity, which will, as a value, I would you say it will be between 250 crores to 300 crores. That will be the installed capacity.
Right, sir. And I was looking at the DRHP where the EBITDA margins were around 8%, tad higher than 8%, but even if it's 8%, help us understand how is the competitive intensity, because there are many very established brands with decades of very large distributor and retail network. So help me understand two parts here. One is like how many retailers you have already appointed, and how's the sort of price competitive intensity in your business?
I'll just answer to this question. We have roughly, since Plaza is not in North India, it's a household brand. So we have roughly 1,300 plus dealers, distributors already with us for last number of years who are buying Plaza wires and domestic cables from our existing setup. With the further expansion, we need to expand in the South India and open new branches, and more in the east part of the country also, and open some more branches. And since the demand is constantly growing up at roughly 14 to 15% per annum, so we don't find any kind of problem in the as looking at the sales part.
Right,
Yes.
sir. And what's the strategy in terms of retail network? Like, if you already have 1,300 retailers with you, where do you want to reach? Like in all those five geographies or four geographies, north, south, east, west. Even if you want to count central, different. Where this retail network is sort of concentrated.
Right now, it's more and more concentrated in North India and the east part of the country. Now we want to expand in South, as I earlier told. We already have opened our setup in Kerala.
So
So
how
that
much you have in south, sir, right now?
right now we are doing roughly 12 crores in the South.
Okay. And that's basically less than 10% of the total revenue.
Yeah. So we want to increase that to 15 to 18%. And in North India also, since there's a huge scope, a lot of industrialization is happening, and a lot of government projects are coming in. As Plaza is very well placed with the approvals with the defense, with the Airport Authority of India, we are already
Mhm.
supplying to NTPC, we are already supplying to
Okay.
BHEL. So we
Okay.
want to grow in that segment also. Through our new plant, we want to supply power cables to this
Mhm.
segment as well. Yeah.
Okay. And sir, help us understand. As you understand, you are supplying wires, cables. What's the USP? Is it a commodity business, or is it something where you're able to provide some sort of differentiation? Help us understand that. And also, from the perspective, what's the sort of raw material for you?
Raw material basically is aluminum, copper, and XLP compound, PVC compound, and XLP compound. But if you look at The difference between this is now Plaza in last 1 year we have launched a new kind of wire, which is 3D wire, we call it. That's a technology, that's a niche product, which has three different insulations on the copper to have more conductivity and for more safety of the household. And this the last layer is covered with FRLS, fire retardant low smoke insulation, which helps to reduce the, if there is any kind of fire in, if due to any other reason in any way, any household or anywhere in the industry, the smoke will be very low, the visibility will be more. So this wire we have launched recently, this will be an upper hand for the Plaza to get into the market. And separately it has more conductivity because it has three layers, different three insulating, different kind of bunching of the copper, which adds to more conductivity and more fast, low electricity consumption also. Yeah.
Right. And from the competitive intensity perspective, is a similar product already in the market?
No, only one company has launched such similar product. No other companies are doing similar product in the country.
Okay. I was also, Ajay ji, coming back to you, return equity, return capital employed has been in double digits, which is something which all the investors and market participants really like.
Yeah.
Help us understand how this sort of trend you've been able to maintain.
Uh, because we have a strong presence in the North India and with a strong brand, we have a pricing on product on as per our choice. So we definitely in future also maintain, and we will try to achieve more than that.
Yeah.
Right, sir. And one sir, sort of question perhaps. Any plans of sort of increasing export presence so far?
Yes.
Yes.
We have planned, me and directors, we will visit to Dubai and other countries because we are getting some queries from there. So just after IPO and expansion, we have planned some sale we will from Middle East and these type of countries we will see.
I'll brief you on this. Since now
Yeah.
a lot of cables are being exported to African countries through Middle East, and other companies exporting, there's no import of cables in India. So we are looking at that way, that we, once our new plant comes in, we want to have some portion of export also. Yes.
Okay. So which implies that is a virgin territory. Right now there is no export.
Right now we are not exporting because there's huge consumption in the country and our
Of
capacity is
course.
nearly more or less utilized.
Of course. Of course. And that perhaps is something which is good news because that is absolutely a trigger which is right now unexplored. So perhaps our viewers actually will keep close eyes on that.
Definitely.
Sir, in a sort of simple sense, help us understand which industries or which projects your wires and cables would be going for.
Domestic cables are all used by all kind of builders, household coming in 2-tier, 3-tier cities. Lot of construction is going on. If you look at the other government departments, CPWD, PWD, defense, airports, which was only 53 in the country in 2014, now which has gone 156. So all the airport constructions which are going on, they are all using all kind of LT cables, LTXLB cables, domestic wires, plus we are also manufacturing submersible cables, which are being
Okay.
purchased by all the farmers and rural areas, since the water levels have gone down. So the submersible cable and the pump cable demand is very high. So that is also being used by those people which we are manufacturing. So we look at a better demand in the market in the near future.
Right. So all basically real estate construction and anything which has to do with water pumps. Anywhere
Water pump.
there actually cables can come.
Yes. Government
Also,
projects,
sir,
power distribution, lot of power distribution is happening in the country. Generation is
yes,
happening, for distribution you all need cables.
yes.
So that is a big segment which is for us.
Are you also present, sir, in renewable projects like the solar plants where the solar cables are needed? Are you also present
Yeah,
there?
yeah, we have just started little bit of solar manufacturing, but from our new facility, we want to start manufacturing solar cables. and in that
Okay,
way,
so
it
which
will be a
implies
new
you are going
vertical.
to enter then into that space also, solar cables.
Yes,
Yeah.
that will be a new vertical for us. Yeah,
Yeah, and solar cables are also a very hot export area also. So perhaps that
yes,
is also going to help you.
definitely. We are going to start the production for that also.
One sort of going back on one point in terms of tax benefits. What is the sir, the tax benefits, like you highlighted the Himachal Pradesh area? So what is the percentage tax benefit which you're still enjoying, and till what time you're enjoying?
No, no, the tax benefit has now gone off since it was for
Okay,
10 years. 10 years. But now the benefit there is geographically the power generation, the power cost. See, it is very high in the power cable industry. So the power cost is lower in Himachal comparing to the
okay,
northern states. So that benefit
right.
we will enjoy. Plus the labor cost is little lower than other states. So those two factors we will enjoy in Himachal.
Right, sir. And moving towards our last few questions, one question would be that after basically sort of raising funds, establishing the plant, what do you expect the commissioning date of the new plant? Like, it's going to take some time for construction, perhaps at least a quarter for the trial and the sort of pickup run. So, when do you expect the full scale sort of utilization to happen?
The construction and the electrical work and all the civil work, we expect it will take roughly 8 to 9 months. And in the middle of that, only we will start placing order for the machinery so that we can commence the production immediately thereafter. Maybe a couple of months thereafter.
Right. Fair to say that perhaps December quarter of next year, that would be when actually you'll really start plant firing up.
Yeah, you're correct. Maybe the last quarter of the next financial year.
Right.
Yes,
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
last calendar year,
And
rather, I would say. Yeah.
yes. And perhaps one last question. And the current fundraising will help you to construct the plant in the working capital. Is the working capital calculation already taking care of the entire sort of sales estimate which we are talking about at full scale around 300 crore sales? Is this working capital will be enough for you? Like you won't need any fundraise for the next 2 years?
No, no, we have taken care of all the future calculation, and we have calculated accordingly.
Okay, fine,
What
sir.
we really
I think
understand is if there's going to be any kind of shortfall, we will definitely, our bankers are there with us, we will approach them.
of course, sir. Of course. I was trying to make it as simple as possible for the viewers, but I think that's something which is very exciting. I think our viewers will take note of a couple of points. Export is a virgin market that perhaps is going to be a big trigger for you. Solar is another space which again is a new entrant. It's a complete new sort of expansion, a new plant which is coming up where the funds are going there, and perhaps that is going to open up a sort of revenue sharp trigger perhaps for the next 2 3 years. And perhaps that's all I think our viewers will take note for studying the company. Gentlemen, thank you for coming on our show. And from our side, from our viewers, we extend all the best wishes to you for a very successful IPO and then also a very successful listed journey.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much
Thank you, Lord.
for giving us time and viewers to listeners. Thank you very much.
And dear viewers, with that, we come to the end of this conversation. I hope you enjoyed it.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to never miss an update from Nirmal Bang.